So
Yeah.
our next topic of the day is going to be, you know, would you rather, right? PC versus console. And this is a very controversial topic right now because gaming consoles are getting a lot better out there, right? They're becoming more popular, they're becoming more fluid, but so has the PC world. A lot more people are building their own computer. The parts are
Yeah.
cheap enough now. It's a longer investment. It's a
Well, I don't know
multi-use.
about that. They're cheaper now, bro. I've seen people like we had a
Well,
launch, early launch. It was like $1,500 for a graphic card. I'm
yeah,
like,
that's because it
what?
was COVID, though. I mean, when I got my
Ah, but
stuff, it wasn't that
that
bad.
was retail. That's not aftermarket.
I'm just
I'm talking
saying.
about retail.
Okay. So,
I mean, my console only
what's
cost
your
me
opinion on it?
$500.
What's your opinion then? Go ahead.
Okay, my opinion is this.
Talk about it. Be about it.
I've always been, and this is again, I've always had this argument with everybody at work and anybody that's a PC, because PC is what God tier was what they call it, right? My biggest beef is this: I've always been a console person, never was interested in building a PC because I've said this before. Now I'm pretty sure it's gotten better, but can I build a PC for the price? Can I build a PC where everything that my Xbox has, my new Xbox Series X has, and keep it at the price of 500? And everybody's answer is no. I'm like, so why would I want to go PC then? Right? I'm talking about processing. I'm talking about memory. I'm talking about all that. Can I build a PC with the same specs of my console right now and pay the same price? And the answer is always no. So why would I want to do? So now PC can do a lot more. Yes, they can render faster. The graphics look better. 4K at 60 frame, which my Xbox doesn't anyways. I think 4K 120. I think where PC has the advantage is the multitasking. And that's it. And the monitors are built for PC where they can the latency between them, if you're competing, it matters, right? Because if you're not competing, it doesn't matter. They have the advantage. It's always been the argument. With me, I'm like, no, I'm not gonna buy a PC or build a PC. If I buy the PC, first of all, it's gonna be a Mac because I'm gonna use it to edit. I'm gonna use it to do other stuff. I wouldn't use it for gaming. But when it comes to gaming, maybe to the next level, I think where PC really would kick ass is in virtual reality.
Okay.
I think that's where that's the next evolution of gaming, and I think that's where console won't be able to compete. Maybe in a few years from now.
I know,
but I don't
PlayStation tried it for a little bit.
Yeah, but PlayStation, like I've used PC virtual glasses versus PlayStation. PlayStation glasses made me like sick.
So I don't know. I mean, when I'm looking at this picture of this PC console, right? And yes, I know it's going to be expensive, but number one, looks way cooler. Right, let's be honest.
Yeah, it does.
Okay,
of course.
The lights,
it's customization,
and that's the point of it, right? And so I do love it. Like, listen, I'll be honest. For a long time, I was like the old man who was like telling people to get off their lawn. I was like, man, console gaming's so much better. This and that. Like, that's what you need to do, and that's what you need to be with. But recently, I'll be honest, I've kind of shifted my view. Now, don't get me wrong, consoles can do some amazing stuff, but when we're talking about the price of some of these consoles nowadays, compared to the price of gaming on a PC, yeah, it's going to be more in the upfront. But guess what? What are the how long does your Xbox last? For instance, right? It probably lasts 5 years, 6 years on average until they come out the new one.
About 5 to 7, yeah.
Okay, my computer can last just as long, if not double. Right now, the thing
you think
is,
so?
Oh, easy. I've had mine for how long? How long have I had my computer?
I don't know. You told me.
I've had it for at least 5 years almost. I feel like it's been, I've had it for 2 years up here, had it for about a year or two in Florida, right? So I've got 3 or 4 years out of it so far. This thing's not showing any signs of slowing down. Now, guess what? If it does, I guarantee you it's cheaper for me to upgrade my PC than it is for you to buy a new console.
No, not if you want the latest.
No, you're crazy. All I have to do is probably get a new graphics card. That's it.
Yeah, you have to get a new graphic cards. Then you got to get a new, unless you already have great stuff like a new power supply.
Well, my power supply is able to use my current graphics card, so it's gonna be able to handle the next one. But I probably wanted to change a graphics card out for a long time. So when we're
Yeah.
like I said, I'm talking about a little higher end. I got the 2080, right? I got a liquid cooling system. I got those types of things that make it worth it. And number two, guess what?
Well, let me
ain't-
ask you this.
You ain't doing all what I'm doing with this show.
I know.
I'm running
You're
on
right.
my PC.
That's what
You
that's
can't
what I'm
do that
saying.
on the
That's
gaming.
where you have. That's what I'm saying. That's where you have the advantage. And if you're streaming, I think if you're streaming like Twitch and all those things, or if you have your own streaming like we do and all that, then you need a PC. A gaming console won't do that, right? But so let me ask you this: initially, when you first bought your PC and you set it all up, if you can give out that information, how much did it cost you?
To set up my I'll be honest, I
To
did a
build it.
pre-built unit. I didn't build it from scratch.
Okay, so you
got
did a pre-built.
killer deal on a pre-built unit that I just went with that.
Okay, but what was the retail price on that pre-built?
What I got it for or what it actually went for?
What did retail? Yeah, what did retail?
It retailed probably around 1700, something like that.
Yeah. So, and it's gonna last you what? 10 years?
Let's say.
Okay, 10 years. So, in 10 years, I'll buy 2 consoles, which will cost me $1,000.
Well, we don't know that. I mean, the more they do that, I mean, let's be honest, the price keeps on going up every year or every release on these consoles, don't they?
Well, so far it's been consistent, right? For the past 2 years, for the past 2 generations of consoles, it's been 500.
Okay.
Now,
I didn't know.
PlayStation at one point, PlayStation 3, I think it was at 700. People were buying them when they first came out, and then the Xbox decided to try to low cut PlayStation, and then PlayStation had to come down and to like the Xbox price. But usually for the last 2 generations, it was $500 for the console.
Let's go back to the old question. If you had to choose a console, Xbox or PlayStation, I know we've talked about it a little bit before, but for those who maybe didn't see that episode,
Here's what I think: fuck PlayStation.
okay, that's all
That's what I
know.
think.
All right.
That's like fuck. I hate PlayStation.
We got some comments in the chat about it, right? Have a sweet spot for console. Nico says if your budget is under 800, next gen's consoles are undefeated compared to PCs. We got Nate saying console.
Oh, we
over
got
here.
Nico in here. I thought we would get him when we talk about PC and
Like,
console.
yeah, he's obviously he always watches with Tasha probably.
With
so,
Tasha, yeah.
yeah.
I figured
And then
he'll be a good person to jump in.
The Stream Deck might be revolutionary in console gaming, if I'm being honest. Now, I didn't know, is the Stream Deck compatible to console gaming? I thought it was, or is it just PC? Like, and I don't know.
Enlighten
what
us,
Stream Deck you're
because
talking
if
about.
it is, then I'll buy it for my Xbox.
Yeah, like I don't know what Stream Deck you're talking about, because I didn't know I could hook up my Stream Deck to my console because I'm using it on my PC. But so listen, I love Xbox games and everything like that. I love the fact that I can play them on my PC though too. Right? I love the cross-platform world that we're getting into and everything like that.
It's getting to that point now.
Yeah, it's everybody's able to play with everyone. I will say though, if you're a really good gamer, are you using console or PC though?
I think if you notice, one of the biggest things is PC gamers are faster because obviously the PC is faster. But the way the aiming, the mouse, the way they explain it to me, I've never played with them. I never played with it. The way everybody explains it, it's more accurate. It's on another. It's like a major league level, right? Versus console.
It's more accurate. There's less lag, less delay time, right? Because of all that stuff. And you know what it is for me for PC? I think what it is. That's how I grew up on gaming. Right. And I'm talking about old school. I'm sitting on my grandma's study on my keyboard and mouse playing Doom for hours at night and stuff like that, or Oregon Trail, stupid games like that. Right. So I grew up doing PC
gaming.
Yeah. Like on a PC.
Oregon Trail was fun.
Yeah. So don't get me wrong. I still love all of the console games I can get out there. And I've had PlayStations and Xboxes and Nintendos, right? Some of my favorite games ever are Nintendo, right? It's just one of those things.
I think that's what it is with me also. Like I grew up with console. That's all I could afford. I didn't get a PC. The only time I touched a PC was when I went to school. I've never owned a PC until I got older, was able to afford one, but I never owned my own PC. So I think that's why that's why I love consoles, because console brought the gaming world to me, and it was my personal device, personal computer, or my entertainment system.
Yeah.
No,
I get
NES.
that. I will
Nintendo
say,
Entertainment System.
I will say the one thing that console had, and if I'm being honest, it was PlayStation over Xbox with the console on this. Okay. There was one thing that it had that always intrigued me. It always had the best Blu-ray player on the market. PlayStation first like developed that technology and did all like they always had like people would be buying 4 Blu-ray players and I'm still rocking my PlayStation 3 out there, right?
Yeah, it's how they made the movement for Blu-ray.
Yeah. And so I will say that for the disc stuff back in the day, even though we don't have it anymore because everything's streamed, which is why computers are now just as popular. But when it was back and when it wasn't able to stream everything, that was a huge difference back then to me, because being able to have all that stuff and be able to watch it on my TV when I want to pop it in and everything, that was always great.
See, I've always used my console for what it is. It is gaming. I've never used it as a Blu-ray player or a DVD player. I've always used it as
why do you need multiple devices? Like if I want to watch a Blu-ray or DVD, pop it in. So we did get somebody, Tanashi Gaming jumped in and was saying some stuff, talking about the Stream Deck is literally a computer version of the Switch. Highly recommended to check it out. Also said handhelds are only 1080p. You can install any program just like a computer and yet still have every game you can run on a PC on the Stream Deck. So I got to figure out what the Stream Deck is because I'm not familiar with it and I apologize. So I'm not.
Yeah, we know Nico who it is.
Oh, is that who it is?
Yeah, it's Nico.
Oh, I didn't know that's Nico.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah. He just said it's Nico, by the way. Okay, my bad. I didn't know. So, yeah, he jumped in on his own then to be able to comment, which is cool. Price for performance, much better than a console. Not going to lie. So, I got to figure out what this Stream Deck thing is because I thought it was like the buttons I push on my little Stream Deck to change the scenes for you guys. So I'm not up with some of the times sometimes. So I do apologize.
Well, Nico does. I think Nico has his own streaming thing on Facebook, I believe. Is it Facebook or Twitch? Correct me if I'm wrong, Nico. But I think I know it's on. I've seen him on Facebook.
I was thinking about, and this is kind of a little bit. You know what? I'll talk to you about it off air. Actually,
okay.
I'll talk to you about it off air. I got some ideas for the show. Some
cool.
Good things that
I like ideas.
Just keep in mind is to get people involved. And 2 of the people then that I would want to get involved are already on here listening. So I want you guys to keep an ear out because we might be hitting you guys up for something.
Okay, cool.
So yeah.
All right. So here's the other advantage that PC would probably have, right?
Okay, here we go.
If you're doing competitive, right? I believe because of the monitors are better than the 2.1 because monitors don't have 2.1 HDMIs. They don't need it because they have the display port. It's so much faster.
Mm-hmm. But I think 4K yet. I don't think, right? DisplayPort doesn't do 4K.
I haven't checked with display ports yet, but I know they don't do 2.1 HDMI because DisplayPort's faster. I think they do 144 hertz. Correct me if I'm wrong, Nico. Anyways. That's the advantage they have also, right? That it's so much more competitive if you're in that competitive world, and then you can do what you're doing right now with your multitasking, where you're doing live and you can do OBS and you do all that at once. That's the biggest advantage that PC has over. But if you just get a PC strictly for gaming, I don't think you need that much power.
Maybe it depends on the game, I guess.
I think because I think you can build a really cheap PC. I'm advocating for PC here, even though I hate PC gaming. I can't say hate. I just don't like it.
If you're not gaming on the PC, then you don't need to spend a lot. That's different.
Yeah.
We're talking about gaming.
No, I'm talking about. I think you can get away with a 3-year, 4-year graphic card, and still do good gaming right now.
Well, I guess the next question would be then if we're talking about PC world, are we talking about laptop or desktop?
That's a good question.
Right?
Yeah. Because but I think you can do more with desktop than laptop because desktop you can modify better.
Yeah, well, that's the one advantage I think. You can modify, make changes, do things like that. So I definitely agree with you on that. So
now he'll be the question for PC gamers. Pre-builds or build your own.
No, everybody's gonna say build your own, 100%. I was even told that, but everybody I talked to when I bought this already told me, like, dude, honestly, for the like, it's gonna be about the same price if you build it on your own. It's already done. Like, because you're gonna have to have somebody else build it. They're like, just do this. I was like, all right, cool. I got it for a hell of a deal. It was like $500-$600 off when I got it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, so it was a killer deal.
Yeah. So here's a PC advisor told me this. He's like, it was one of his joke. I thought when I first heard it, I thought it was funny. He was like, so a PC gamer walks into a house and says he doesn't want it because it's pre-built. I was like, you're stupid. But it was one of those things that, where it was unexpected, brought it up, and I just thought it was funny.
Yeah, no.